I welcome you all for the HR session, Human Rights. So this is Unit 3. The main topic is United Nations agencies to monitor and compliance. And in that, this is the subtopic, that is international monitoring bodies. Okay. At the end of the session, you will be able to interpret about international monitoring bodies and its enforcement in implementing the human rights. Okay. So in that international monitoring bodies, what are all the international monitoring bodies and its enforcement in implementing the human rights in order to take that all the rights to each individual. Okay. Next, international monitoring bodies. So the United Nations does not have the power to enforce even the most basic principles of human rights, because United Nations implemented all the rules and they signed in the General Assembly all the articles which should be followed in order to safeguard the human beings, but it does not have any power to enforce these basic principles of human rights to all human beings. Okay, so it needs some powers, enforcement powers, to implement these human rights. So therefore, the effective implementation of human rights instruments requires a strong commitment by all concerned, primarily by the government themselves. Okay, so in order to get that enforcement, government should involve in this human rights instruments, and it should give the all the rights to implement. Okay, there should be a strong commitment by all concerned. Mainly they are expecting from the government. Okay, the United Nations has set up a complex but effective system whose aim is the universal implementation of internationally accepted human rights standards. Okay, so the task is carried out by the Commission on Human Rights and the human rights bodies set up under the conventions and other international conventions, notably the human rights committees. Okay, so they are involving the human rights committee with the rules of the United Nations, and it expecting the government to get a strong commitment from the government to implement these rights. So in the international level, in order to ensure that the rights contained in the various articles are implemented by the state parties, an effective enforcement mechanism should be in place. Okay, so in order to enforce this human rights, that should be an effective enforcement mechanism should be followed by the state parties. Then only all will utilize these laws. Likewise, the United Nations Assembly declared so that the enforcement of human rights has been very controversial and even resisted by various governments. Even though it is accepted by all nations and various members of the countries, but there were some restrictions among their governments to follow these human rights. So they are not accepting these human rights. So there should be an enforcement should be followed to make the other governments to follow this. So in this context, that international monitoring bodies assume significance as theory have been created for the purpose of the development, monitoring, implementation, and enforcement of international laws. Okay, so they are planned to create the monitoring bodies for the development, monitoring, and implementation and enforcement of these international norms. That is, United Nations implemented that human rights law. No, that one. Okay. So there are two treaties. Okay, two organs, enforcement organs. One is treaty-based organs. Another one is charter-based organs. In that treaty-based organs, there are two bodies. They classified it as two bodies. One is treaty-based, another one is charter-based bodies. Okay, so in that there are 7 principal human rights treaties have been adapted within the United Nations framework. So 7 principle of human rights treaties have been adapted. Those things are followed here. So for each of these series, committees have been established. They splitted 7 human rights treaties. Okay, so and they formed committees for that. Okay, for felicitation of their implementation. Okay, that in order to follow this the treaties, they formed a committee for each treaties. Okay. These monitoring bodies meet regularly to examine state reports in which governments explain what legislative, administrative, or judicial measures they have adopted to comply with the obligations undertaken. Okay, so they have gave some. They splitted the human rights treaties into 7, and it is reported and it is given to the state parties. Okay, they have to do the following procedures, and this monitoring committees who are following this human rights treaties will have to examine periodically about the reports of the particular concern. Okay, what legislative and administrative and judicial measures they have taken in order to follow these rules. Okay, so in order to follow these obligations, they have what measures they have taken. Likewise, they are examining the treaties periodically. Okay, these reports are carefully scrutinized by independent and outstanding experts and are given more and more publicity by an alternative media. Okay, so these reports are carefully undertaken and by the outstanding experts, and they are monitoring these and giving publicity by an alternative media in order to give enrichment for this laws. They go through the General Assembly and determine the adoption of resolutions requesting urgent action by member states. The end result of this process is often the corresponding modification of national legislation and practices. Okay, so if the state or a particular government have to follow these treaties, the committees have established some basic rules should be followed by the state in order to get some implementation of those human rights rules for the by modification of national legislation and the practices is what they are following in their nation. Okay, so these are the 7 human rights treaties, that is ICCPR, that is Human Rights Committee, that is International Committee for Cultural Political Rights, for Cultural and Political Rights, that is ICCPR. Next, ICESCR, Committee on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. Next, CERD, Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. Next, CERAW, Committee on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. Next, CAT, Committee Against Torture. CRE, Committee on the Rights of the Child. International Convention on the Protection of the Rights of All Migrant Workers and Members of their Families. That is Committee on the Protection of the Right of All Migrant Workers and Members of their Families. So these for these 7 treaties, the committees have been framed. Human Rights Committee in order to monitor this international conventions on cultural and political rights, and next Committee for Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. They will monitor this economic, social and cultural related things, and Racial Discrimination Committee and discrimination against women to follow up they framed a committee, and to Committee Against Torture. Next, Committee on the Rights of the Child, and Committee on protection of the right of the migrant workers and members of their family. The workers who are coming from other state or any other country with their family, what are the rules they have to follow, what are the freedom they have to give, those things will be monitored by this committee. Okay, so these are the 7 treaties and the committees who are following those treaties. Okay. Next, treaty-based bodies. That is, these committees are composed of independent experts who are of recognized competence in the field of human rights and are elected by their positions of the state parties. Okay, if you are considering an individual state, for that state, we are going. They will nominate recognized competence person in the field of human rights, that is any judges or any other members of a specialized committee members. They will follow these rules or treaty based policies. Okay, so the members are to function in their personal capacity in an independent and impartial manner. Okay, they should not get any other comments or any other bribes from any other additional parties, and he should be impartial manner. He should be follow everything in an impartial manner. Okay, they should not follow any partiality in that framing the rules or any monitoring level. In that any monitoring level, they should not show any partial. Okay, of the 7 treaty based bodies, 5 can receive complaints from individuals concerning violation of rights contained in the respective treaty. Okay, 5 can be 5 of them out of the 7, 5 treaties can receive complaints from the individual person concerning violation of rights. Okay, so that is, they are Committee Against Torture, first one, Human Rights Committee, next Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, third one, Committee on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, fourth one, next Committee on the Protection Rights of All Migrant Workers and Members of the Family. From these 5 treaties can receive complaints from individuals concerning violation of rights. Okay. First one is Human Rights Committee. First out of the 7, the first human rights treatise is Human Rights Committee. So the Human Rights Committee was established in 1976 to supervise state compliance with the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, that is ICCPR. Okay, so to follow this convenance, they have framed the Human Rights Committee, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. To follow this, they have framed the committee, Human Rights Committee, in 1976. The functions of this, including considering the periodic reports submitted by state parties to assess compliances by making concluding observations and developing general comments which address specific rules of issues of the ICCPR. Okay, this is the main function which all the committee will follow. Okay, considering their state parties report, the HRC will assess that and making concluding observations from that state parties report and giving additional general comments which address specific rules of issues of the ICCPR. Okay, so they will also give observing that and observing all the reports. They will give the concluding observations and developing general comments by their own regarding the specific rules framed by the ICCPR. Okay, next. The state parties may recognize the competence of the committee to hear interstate complaints. Okay, so these state parties they are having another committee they will follow the comments or complaints of the other state. Okay, so they competence recognize the competence of the committee to hear the interstate complaints. Okay, they will follow also the other state complaints, and also the um, follow up rules, if it is a good rules, or if it is helpful for human beings, they will follow those things also. Okay, the optional protocol of the civil and political rights convenient has extended the power of the HRC, the competence to receive and consider individual complaints. Okay, so HRC, the optional protocol of this civil and political rights is that the HRC committee also receive the individual complaints from any competence. They need any other improvements in their rules. The HRC has adopted general comments on the rights of the child, discrimination, and other such issues. Okay, so they give general comments for the rights of child and discrimination. It is open to all. Anybody can give any important rules, and anybody can give the suggestions for the improvement of these rules. So this is the work of this Human Rights Committee, which is following the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, that is ICCPR. Next, Committee on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. So in 1986, the United Nations Economic and Social Council established the Committee on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights for the purpose of monitoring the implementation of the conventions. Okay, so in order to follow this, the United Nations Economic and Social Council established committee, this Committee on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, follow this conventions which they framed in the United Nations. The functions of this CESCR, that is CESCR, that is Committee on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, that is CESCR, includes considering the periodic reports submitted by state parties to access compliance, and providing concluding observations and developing general comments in order to interpret rights and compliance standards, and holding discussions to promote improved implementation of CESCR obligations. Okay, so these the functions of as I told earlier, the as the Human Rights Committee functions, all the committee follow the same function. That is, their work is to get the periodic report from the state parties in order to access the compliance, and giving concluding observations from that periodic report, and giving and developing a general comment for the in order to interpret the rights and compliance standards, and they will hold some discussions to improve the CESCR obligations. Okay, this is the main work of all the committee. This work is included in all the committees framing work. Okay, their responsibilities. This is the main work in the committee. Okay, in the general comments of the ICSCR, diverse issues have been addressed, ranging from issues relating to non-discrimination and inadequate housing to issues concerning the rights of the people with disabilities, and the economic, social, and cultural rights of the people. These also will discuss. They will also give the general comments after the discussions of the report submitted by the state parties. They will give the general comments. In the general comments of CESCR, they will discuss about the diverse issues, various issues. Okay, this is not diverse means this is not about the marriage concern. This is not the marriage concern. This is various issues. This diverse is various issues. This the meaning is various issues. Okay, so diverse issues have been addressed, ranging from issues related to non-discrimination and inadequate housing to issues concerned to the rights of the people and disabilities and economic, social, and cultural rights of the people. They will discuss all those things and give the general comments for the improvement of this problem, for the supplement or the suppression of this problem. Next, Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. Okay, this is the third one. The Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, CERD, was established in 1969 to monitor state compliance to the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination. Okay, so the functions as such I discussed in the last committee's functions. The same functions also the same function only this committee also will follow. That is CERD include considering the periodic reports submitted by the state parties to access compliance and making concluding observations. This is the main functions of all the committees. That is getting the periodic reports submitted by the state parties, and they will assess the compliance and making concluding observations, and they will give the general comments for the implementation of those rules. CERD may also consider interstate communications and individual compliance. Okay, likewise, the other committees, this committee will also follow the interstate communications, the things which is followed in the other countries or other states. They will follow the best out of the rules, and they will implement in their own state or country. Okay, so interstate communications and individual compliance. Okay, so the committee also developed general recommendations for the implementation of this elimination of racial discrimination rule. Okay. Next, the Committee on the Elimination of the Racial Discrimination Against Women. Last one is general elimination of racial discrimination for all the human beings. This is especially for the elimination of discrimination against women alone. Okay, so this committee is framed to eliminate the discrimination against women alone. Okay. The Committee on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women was established to monitor the implementation of the Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. Okay, from the conventions have been posted from the convention, that is elimination of all forms of discrimination against women. So for that they framed a committee for this in order to monitor the implementation of this discrimination against women. Okay, elimination of this discrimination against women. Though as such, and I explained the functions. This committee also follow the same functions. Periodic reports, from getting periodic reports from the state parties, and access compliance and making concluding observations. Getting the reports from the state parties and assess that and giving the concluding observations, and they will give the general comments for the implementation of this article. Okay, under the optional protocol, which entered into a force on 22nd December 2000, the committee considers the complaints of individuals or groups of individuals arising from CEDAW, that is Committee on Elimination of the Discrimination Against Women. Okay, that is CEDAW. It is entered into force on 22nd December 2000. Okay, so complaints of it also considers the complaints of individual. All the committee will get the individual complaint or also the group of individuals. Any community giving any complaints, they have to accept that. Okay, that is the work of that committee. Under the protocol, the committee has been empowered to make confidential inquiries into grave or systematic violations of those rights by the state parties. Okay. So this committee has empowered because of this and their empowerment, they will do the enquiries. If any complaints received from an individual, they will do the enquiries very secretly, that is into the grave. They mean that into the grave very confidentially. Okay, they will do the enquiries very confidentially, and any systematic violations of those rights. If state parties also, if they violate the rules, they will accept that individual complaints from by on the state parties, and they will do the enquiries. Okay, if they are the state parties, no matters who are all there, they have to follow the rules, and they have to inquire, and they have to give punishments for the accused. Okay, it also issues general recommendations, observations, and suggestions as such explained by the other committees. Okay. The Committee Against Torture. Next one is the Committee Against Torture. The Committee Against Torture was established in 1987 to monitor the implication of the Convention Against Torture or Punishment. Okay. The function of the committee include as the functions of other committees. This will get the reports from the state parties and give the concluding observations. If any violations concerning the violations of the convention, they will give the punishment. Likewise, and inquiring into allied systematic torture in states that have accepted the procedure under Article 20. Okay, so if any of them doing any torture, they will inquire that, and they will, if any violations happening there, they will implement their punishment rules on the particular person. Okay. Next, Committee on the Right of the Child. Okay. This has been monitoring the Convention of the Right of the Child since 1991. From 1991, this committee has been monitoring the Convention of the Right of the Child. Next, the functions of this committee is same, getting reports and from the state parties, and they will do the concluding observations by assessing that and issuing general recommendations. Okay, and conducting general discussions on a particular article of the Children's Convention or of a specific issue. This is of, okay, or of a specific issue, any particular issue or any violations in the rules of the rights of child, they will implement their punishing rule on the particular person or any group of people. Okay. The Committee on the Protection of Rights of All Migrant Workers and Members of their Family. This is the last one. This is the seventh one of treaty-based bodies, seventh human rights treaties of the treaty-based bodies. That is the International Convention on the Protection of All the Rights of All Migrant Workers and Members of their Family was adopted in 1990 and entered into force in 1st July 2003. 1990 it is adopted, but entered into it got enforcement in 1st July 2003. This is the committee is as already discussed, getting reports and giving the concluding observations, and also giving general comments or any recommendations for a particular work. Okay. Thank you.